Hey everyone, bienvenido and welcome back to I Just Watched. It's your boy David and Joseph and David, and we're here to discuss the finale to Loki Season 1. And that being said, I gotta hit you with the usual before we jump into this episode is hopefully you like this video enough, smash that like button, friendly reminder to hit the subscribe and the little bell icon to get notified when all our shenanigans get released. Let's jump in, let's talk Loki episode 6. It's 6, right? Bet. The finale. So to get it right out the way, right off the back, spoiler warning, because I mean,
it's on Disney Plus.
Exactly. All right. Hey, look, Loki will return in season 2. I mean, that's our end credit scene for this one. Right off the back.
Yeah, they spent a lot of money on that, by the way.
That looks expensive. So right off the back, let's jump into it. We were right, and I would have been 100% right if I didn't switch it up last week, like the idiot that I am. It was Kang the whole time.
Would have got away with even meddling kids.
Yeah. The thing is, I was also partially right because I remember I said it would be kind of cool if they brought He Who Remains. I just couldn't remember his name, so I put it up here. I remember now, and they did. They brought He Who Remains, but technically, He Who Remains is actually the oldest version of Kang, who goes by Immortus. Even though we don't get that name here, he has the color scheme, the outfit. He's just missing the big hat.
Yeah, he's missing the aim style.
Yeah, the
kid and play.
Yeah, it was cool because like we didn't expect to see anything of Kang.
Well, Jonathan Majors said he's not in the show.
Well, yeah,
he's like, I'm not doing any cameos. I'm gonna be in Quantumania.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. And then
fucking liar. Welcome to the Marvel bus.
Yeah, and then freaking Mr. Eccentric shows up.
Yeah, he's literally in like the entire last episode basically.
Yeah, yeah.
With the 40-something, almost 50-minute episode, he's in it for about 40 minutes of it or some shit like that. Like, you know. And he was cool. Like, it was right off the back. It was kind of weird because I was like, he's kind of weirdly eccentric. Because I'm not used to, like, every time you read Kang the Conqueror, just a savage, tactical brain. You know what I mean? But it makes sense because he's up there by himself, kind of just going a little crazy.
Because that was Immortus.
Yeah, exactly. The oldest version of him. And it was just interesting to see that come to fruition. And then after seconds, I started to fall in love with it. I was like, oh, I like this. I like this a lot. I think Homeboy's killing it. You said his last name is Majors?
Jonathan Majors.
Majors? I think he did a great job. I'm excited to see him as the vicious Kang the Conqueror. And I'd like to even see a glimpse, because he mentioned it. He was a ruler, so that I'm assuming that's his pharaoh days.
Ramadan Tut.
I'm excited just to see versions of him, which he's already discussed. Excited to see the suit.
Variants.
Exactly, as they call him here. And the biggest thing is that, yes, obviously this show threw a grenade into the MCU storyline, because technically the entirety of the Infinity Saga is now almost non-existent in a sense, because now you have so many different branches. So there's going to be multiple Thanoses, there's going to be multiple different Infinity Stones again, you know what I mean? Not just in our timeline. Now you're going to be multiple Iron Man, multiple Caps, multiple, you know what I mean? Like, there's just going to be so many variations now of all these characters who can come back and forth, different versions of them and stuff like that. And I want to see how they're going to play with that. Are we going to get a version of Iron Man that's not RDJ? Are we going to get a version of Captain America that's not Chris Evans? You see what I'm saying?
You know what this sounds a lot like? Marvel should do a show about what other looks like. What other stuff looks like. I mean, what if they did that? Meaning this show's going straight into What If. 100%. What If is going to show you What If stories, but they're multiverse stories, going straight into the multiverse of madness, or Spider-Man, which one's first? I think Spider-Man's first.
December.
And it all culminating with the multiverse of madness.
Of course.
There is a plan in place. There has been a plan in place.
For sure.
And now we are seeing the fruits of that plan.
Yep.
Seeing Immortus, seeing Jonathan Majors. We knew Jonathan Majors was cast as Kang.
Yeah, of course.
But they just said Kang.
Yeah.
So, which gives me a little bit of, okay, well,
this is Immortus.
He said Kang is not in Loki.
Yeah, which is technically true.
Technically, Kang wasn't in.
Yeah, because his real name is Nathaniel Richards.
Yeah.
So Kang the Conqueror is a different identity. So he didn't lie.
He didn't lie.
Technicality, he fucking skated by on a technicality. This is definitely Immortus, or as they named him in the show, He Who Remains, which is a different character, but it doesn't matter because I like the tie-in. You get a call back to He Who Remains while introducing Immortus, while truly introducing Kang.
And another thing about the What If story is I wouldn't be surprised if maybe at the end of every episode, or maybe every other episode, or maybe because it's 10 episodes,
something like that.
Every whatever, you see Kang.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't hear him or nothing, but you see him, and you're like, the one constant in all these 10s besides the Watcher,
obviously,
would be Kang, and you're like, oh shit.
Yep.
They're all in Kang.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when Loki is terrified of this guy.
Yeah, because
Loki was terrified of the nice version of this guy.
Yeah, the chill version.
Yeah.
The, hey, kill me or don't version.
Yeah. You kill me,
cool.
You got worse things. You don't,
I get to chill. Like, it don't matter. Like, either, hey, we can do the easy way, you don't kill me. The hard way, you kill me. I come back and fuck you up.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you're never not going to see me.
Exactly. It's just, it just depends how you want. How would you like to be received here, sir?
Because there is no, I think DC does this, right? There's no Kang Prime or...
Yeah, no, yeah, because you definitely have the like your Earth Prime and whatnot.
Exactly. There's no Prime. That's you kill Thanos like we just did. Mm-hmm. There's a billion more Thanoses out there.
Exactly. Like the biggest difference in the comic, in those two comics, is the way they discuss multiverse. For Marvel, as far as I remember, it's always been a different timeline is a different Earth. Where in DC, a different timeline is not necessarily a different Earth. Because you can have multiple different time streams on a single Earth. And have like your main timeline and then these other branches, but it's all on the same Earth. And then your multiverse is a different Earth with different timelines. Here, not just here, but like Marvel in general in the books and stuff, it's always been a bunch of timelines, and each one of those is kind of its own Earth, so on and so forth. So, like you said, like you're gonna have all kinds of versions of characters that we've seen before, but also allows them mad room to play to introduce other characters. We're all talking about, okay, like X-Men, clearly they're coming. Very, very easy way to introduce them. They're just one of the timelines. And then, what's gonna happen? Multiverse of Madness, he's gonna merge a few of the timelines. Bing, bang, boom. Avengers and mutants were merged. They're no longer in separate timelines. Because we know that this is going to be an issue at the least all the way into Quantumania.
Yeah.
Because technically, Kang is only casted for that.
Technically.
After this, it's a big technically. Yeah. All right? Like,
I wouldn't doubt if Jonathan Majors was cast, like his contract says, Immortus, Kang, Nathaniel. Yeah. You don't say it like
just,
and you're like,
versions.
Oh shit. What they did was they just cast him as different versions of himself. Yep. Like,
and only one is titled Kang the Conqueror.
Does that mean I get paid 4 times?
That right? That's 4 different people. Hold on. That's actually 6, 7.
Yeah.
But no, like, okay, starting with Spider-Man, because clearly that's where we're gonna get to see the repercussions of this. Because in Eternals, it doesn't take place in the present.
That's gonna be
in the past.
That's, for lack of it, that's a one-off.
Yeah. Shang-Chi,
maybe
we might see sprinkles of that repercussions, but it looks kind of, this is funny to say, like boxed in,
self-contained.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Even though it's gonna be like crazy and big, but the one that you can see like your immediate repercussions, is Spider-Man, just kind of going along with the same thing. When we got Far From Home.
Obviously, What If?
Well, yeah, but I was like Far From Home is the first like a month later of Endgame.
Yeah.
So it's the first time we get to see that. So now, same thing, using the same character, we get to see the repercussions of multiple branches of the timeline. And something I really liked was the fact that not on the screen, but when you actually see the timeline start to branch out, you'd see a branch, and then that would branch out, and then they would branch out.
Oh, there'd be branches on branches on branches.
I thought that was just crazy. Like I always like love the design of it.
Until it's just one
web,
white, just one thing.
Yep. Until it's just one giant web of craziness.
Yeah.
So I mean, between the 3 shows, this one is the most pivotal. This one clearly has the biggest repercussions to deal with.
So does that mean that when you heard Wanda's kids, is that the moment the timeline broke?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Because
I would say yes as well.
Like for her to hear them, that means in another timeline there still exists. Being that she's so powerful, she can reach them through that. That would say 100% yes. That also being said, how does that affect Captain America and the Winter Soldier? See what I'm saying? So many villains can come back now.
Well, they are in Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, see, but I'm saying like now you have Age of Ultron. Like Ultron could come back easy.
Plus, Game of Thrones theory. If you don't see him die,
they're not dead.
They're not dead. We didn't see him die.
Well, Pietro could come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so, like you just have like I'm naming. I would personally really be fascinated.
Justin Hammer. What?
Yes, but as long as it's the same. As long as it's what's his name?
Sam Rockwell.
Thank you. But no, I would be really interested in, kind of excited to see like a Captain America played by someone else, just to kind of see it, or like an Iron Man played by someone else, just to be like, okay, like let's kind of take advantage of the fact that we can do that now. It doesn't mean you have to be involved all the time.
You're not a hunter.
You know, but it'd be cool to see them mixed in a little bit, so you get different versions of the same character. I think that would be the best thing they could do to take advantage of it.
Without a doubt.
Personally.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. You know what I mean?
Also, respectfully, you can use this moment to get yourself a new Black Panther, a new T'Challa, mainly.
Of course, correct.
Yeah.
Or throw some of that nostalgia in, because, Tom Cruise is supposed to be Iron Man.
Yeah, so if you can get him to be Iron Man for a moment,
yeah,
whoo, or
holding a chain.
That's not Iron Man. That's gross.
Man.
Yeah. Or Krasinski was supposed to be Chris Evans. Wow, no.
Krasinski was supposed to be Chris Evans.
He was supposed to be Chris Evans.
A biopic.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, Krasinski was supposed to be Captain America. Or Emily Blunt was supposed to be Black Widow. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because Gulliver's Travels were just so much important.
She was contracted into that one, bro. Like, hey, just like Black was. But no, like that would be more like a payoff to us as fans.
Yeah,
I saw it. But no, like, I mean, this episode was really good. Like, the best part about it, honestly, is Immortus. I love the way he carries himself. I love the way he was telling his story of the multiple Kangs, and then how they just started to fight, how he captured Elias, and then Renslayer running off to find Free Will, aka to find Kang the Conqueror, be with Kang the Conqueror.
Or Kang, gave her the files to find him.
Exactly. Immortus was like, here, this is how you're gonna find me.
One of me.
Yes. The me that's gonna win this.
Yeah.
Basically, me. Because if you think about it, so the entirety of the MCU has been a version where Kang won.
Immortus won.
Well, he started out as Kang.
Well, he started out as Mount Tut.
Well, yeah, and then he became Kang the Conqueror, and then became Immortus when he decided to box it, in a sense.
So does that mean that the kid in Tennessee is Kang as well?
Yeah, Iron Lad.
Yeah,
technically, and that's when Immortus shows, or Kang shows, the Conqueror shows him, goes, supposed to be bad guys. Come on. No, it was just interesting. It's really cool just to see where it's gonna go. I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was really good. If I had to pick,
it was a council of Kangs he was talking about.
Exactly, because they tried.
Yeah.
So it was funny because all those things we were right. We just didn't see them, but they technically happened. So we were right in that sense, and so it's interesting. Also, before I forget, how do I say this? Fuck Sylvie for betraying my boy. All right, that man literally changed in front of you to be a better person, and she said, "Nah, shank, like bitch." That hurt. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I get it.
You didn't you say it? That she was going to betray him?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And I mean, I agree, but...
She's a Loki. Of course she's going to betray him.
Yeah, but like, you saw, like, Gator Loki went ham for the Lokis. Kid Loki went ham for the Lokis. Classic Loki went ham for the Lokis. And then our Loki changed for the Lokis. She couldn't change for the Lokis?
For the art.
She couldn't take one for the team? Nothing subtle happened. It was only the fact that now we have a fucking... multiverse of timelines. Yeah, like there's one giant event, which is the multiverse, now truly exists.
It's just big shit. That's all it was.
Yeah. And then at the very end, you see a statue of Kang with no helmet, and I'm just like, okay, so he's legitimately Kang the Conqueror here, full outfit. Hope they do the helmet right. I hope it's not just his face. Hope it's like the legit helmet, or like MCU likes to do it. One of those.
I mean, MCU is pretty good about that because look at friggin' Zola. Zola was actually a machine that walked around with a camera on top. Yeah. And basically, they just gave him a screen with a camera on top. You're like, it works.
Yeah. Because Zola was literally a giant robot with a screen for a body, or for a torso.
I always got him confused with the dude from Turtles. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, well yeah, but because he had
the brain.
Isn't that character's name Kang? But it's like spelled different.
I don't remember. Tell us in the comments.
I want to say it is, but you're right. But no, so like now I just want to see the repercussions. Is honestly,
yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm kind of interested for Spider-Man, because they're bringing back so many talented folk, but I also don't want to see that version of a Sinister Six. I think it's kind of a shitty version, because honestly, our MCU Spider-Man would lose that fight. He's not ready for Sinister Six. He would lose that fight really easily.
See, the Vulture almost beat him by himself.
Exactly, and Mysterio technically won.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's dead.
He hit him with a train.
He's
dude.
not dead.
Anyways, I still love that.
He did. He literally hit him with a train, and he's not dead. There's no way. And then, so technically, he hasn't really been winning. He lost in Infinity War, and he didn't. I mean, the only reason he won in Endgame is because everyone won in Endgame. Interested in that, more interested in the Multiverse of Madness, because not only, yes, Doctor Strange and that awesomeness, but more so because
Wanda
as Scarlet Witch. Like, I want to see the repercussions of her show collide with the repercussions of this.
the full mutant.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I just want to
Scarlet
see.
Witch.
I want to see the correlation of the two, and on top of that, I knew that apparently Spider-Man has these new spider suit that has like Doctor Strange symbols on it.
Yeah,
Loki was fantastic. I'm excited for more Kang. Majors is a major awesome addition to this franchise. Also, I think Kang's gonna be savage.
Yeah.
Like Thanos was cool, now don't get me wrong, but I think Kang is gonna just fuck shit. If Immortus was just like, phew, now you can't touch me. You can't touch
everything
me.
that's gonna happen.
So now you get a Kang who's like in his prime, just trying to win. It's just gonna be, oof.
Floats around that stupid little thing.
Yeah.
So dumb.
You think we're gonna get the Sphinx?
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be really.
You know how I think we get the Sphinx in a similar fashion we got the Thanos copter. It's gonna be something like you go to like his headquarters. It's like parked in the back. You know what I mean? Something like that. Because for one, I don't remember the name of the city.
Chronopolis.
Is that really the name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Back in Chronopolis. What if it's like parked in the back? You just see the Sphinx just chilling.
He didn't pay his bill, so it's like.
Yeah, it's like, he got repoed.
Or it's on blocks. Someone stole some shit.
Yeah, I know, right? Missing the paws.
He lives he's cheap. He lives in the cheap part of Chronopolis.
Yeah. But no, I want to hear your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns. Have you seen it? Are you gonna see it? I would assume you're gonna see it if you've seen the rest of the show. But what do you think? What do you think of Kang? What do you think of the repercussions? What do you think of the actual ending, where apparently no one at the TVA know what the hell's going on anymore because they've been mind wiped again? And yes, sadly,
they went straight C-3PO.
And what do you think of the fact that it actually, hey, not even after it came out, literally during, got confirmed for season 2?
Because it's good.
It's actually really good. But I don't know, like it's up in there between between like WandaVision and this one. Like they're both really good.
Yeah.
The thing this one has is the fact that it's so cataclysm.
I think Wanda as a whole is better.
Yeah.
But Loki
has that event.
Loki is a banger. The ending's just
because like I'd agree. Like Wanda as a whole is just amazing. Loki just has that event that's just.
There was
the next phase.
There was no episode 3 in Wanda
exactly
like Loki yet. If you watch our videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
You should. If you don't, go back and watch them.
Yeah. Now I just want to give a shout out to my main man Sodak. You know what I'm talking about. That's about it though, man.
Cool. But no, we want to hear from you. Like I said before, in the comment section down below. Comments, questions, concerns, requests. I got to say it again just in case. Anything huge in this that we didn't mention that you thought was huge or is huge that you would like to discuss down below. But until next time, stay safe, be well, and we don't have answers until December. Spider-Man.
What if?
What if?